Hey guys, it's dMoneyBalla. Today we're going to be learning about lists in Python. So let's get started. Down here in our Finder, we're going to come and we're going to type in Python 3.8. We're going to launch an interpreter and we're going to bring it up over here. To start, let's name one list, list1, equal to, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to do list 2 is equal to, this one's going to be all letters. We're going to do A, B, C, D, and then E. And a list is just basically an array. If you've done any JavaScript, it's just simple values in a list. What we can do, you can slice these lists, so we can create a new variable with a subsection of the list, and we're just going to call this one 2 to 4, because we're going to grab the values 2 to 4 from that first list, and we're going to do that with slicing. So we're going to do list 1 colon, we're going to start at the first value, and then when you slice a list, the first value is inclusive, so it is going to include 2, but the last value is exclusive, so it's going to exclude the fourth element, but it's 0 base, so it's going to exclude the 5. And then if we print 2 to 4, we will see that it should have the values 2, 3, and 4 in there. So we just created a sub list with a slice. Slicing supports negative indexing, so we can do list, we're going to do 1, 2, 4, and we're going to do that with a slice. If you don't provide a starting point, it's just going to start at the beginning, and so we're going to put a -1 on this so that it excludes that 5. Or we could have just hit 4, but if this was a really long list, we have to type what list we're grabbing it from. So that's going to be list 1, what we're slicing into. And then if we print 1, 2, 4, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that negative index is just going to subtract the last one from the list. And slicing is really useful with lists. If you need to create a whole new list, you can do list 1 copy, and you can set that to list 1, and then you just do a colon, and that should copy the list 1 that way. Another way to copy a list is you can do a .copy on it, so you can do list 3 equals list 1 .copy, and that's going to create a copy of that list. So we can print out list 3, and that should be the exact same as list 1. So there's just a lot of different ways you can copy a list in Python. The next thing we're going to go over is how to iterate over these values. So you can do for I in range, length is going to give you the length of the array of the list. So you can do list 1 here, and then we can do tab print list 1 I, and so that should go through that whole list and print out 1, 2, 3, 4 on each separate lines. So there we go. That's one way to iterate over values in a list. Another way you can do it is, let's iterate over list 2 now. So let's do for character in list 2. But then we can do print character. So we don't even have to index into each one. It's just going to go over each item in there. It's going to print out those. And so that's less verbose. If you want to do like the for word in lists or for character in lists, and also have that index, Python has a good function called enumerate. So we're going to do for I, which is going to be the index, and char in enumerate list 2. Then we can do tab print I and the character. So that's going to give us the index and each character in that list. Oh, enumerate. I spelled enumerate wrong. Enumerate. And then we can do I and char. Okay, so there you go. Enumerate's a really good function to know when you're iterating over values, so that you can get the index and the value that you need in a list. A thing you can do is check if a list contains a particular value. So we can check print A in list 1, and that should give us true because there is, actually in list 2 there's an A. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, list 1 is all of the numeric values, so it's false because it's not in there. But if we check A in list 2, it's true because it is in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Another thing we can do is we can add values to a list with append. So list 1, we can add 6 to that. So we can do list 1 append 6, and then if we echo out list 1, it's got that value in the last place. And then if you wanted to insert a value in a particular index, you could do list 1 dot insert. Let's say we want to insert 1 in the first place. Then we do list 1. Now we've got 2 1s. That 1 replaced that 2 which was in the first one, and in index 1. And now we can remove items from our list with pop. List 1 dot pop is going to remove the last value in the list if you don't pass it an index, and that's going to return that value. So now if we look at list 1, it's just 1 1 2 3 4 5. So let's pop out that extra 1 that we added. So list 1, you can also do dot pop and pass pop in an index of a value that you want to pop out, and it'll pop that out. And then if we go to list 1, it's back to 1 2 3 4 5. You can put lists together, so we can do list 1 plus list 2, and now it creates a list that's 1 2 3 4 5 plus the other list. Yeah, and those are some really useful Python lists techniques. I hope you've enjoyed this video about Python lists. If it's helped you, please give it a like and a subscribe to the channel. Thank you.